Strap on those pads.
Go in and get the sack.
Put your hand in the dirt.
No, my hand's in there. Hold on.
And stuff that cup.
And I feel pressure on my balls.
It's College Football Friday. Football Friday. One committed to play for the Joker.
The amount of soft man that we saw drove me nuts.
The other was a star at Campbell's Dump.
I'm not trying to be an ass here. I'm just speaking exactly what's going on.
And Double J played in the NFL.
I wouldn't touch that game.
Okay.
I wouldn't touch that game with a 10-foot pole or yours.
These big boys are here to learn you some pigskin.
I'm a really smart fan. You're a really stupid fan because you can't look at your team and say, wow, this isn't good.
It's College Football Friday on ESPN Louisville Plus. Subscribe and smash that freaking like button. Now, here's your hosts, James Streble, Justin Jeffries, and Max Godby.
All right, welcome in to your College Football Friday presented by the Roundtable here on ESPN Louisville Plus. I'm James Streble, as always, joined by Max Godby, Justin Jeffries, and Justin Sofro running things for us. Thank you very much, Justin. We started kind of on time this week. How about that, fellas?
I'm surprised in myself.
I know we're making progress. We're starting on time.
We said 6 o'clock. I mean,
technically, the show starts at 6 o'clock.
Technically, the show starts at 6 o'clock, but
on YouTube, it's scheduled at 6:15. Eat it.
So it is 6:15, and we're here live in the ESPN Louisville studios. When we walked in, there was a University of Louisville jug sitting right by Jeffries. He picked it up. He said,
off to the side.
He goes, "What is this?
This is not for me."
That's not. No, that is not a Justin Jeffries special right there. But we have a whole host of games that we're going to get to this week. Justin fixed his shorts, so we will not be.
Look, now I blend in with the chair. Like, you don't know where my body
exactly
begins and the chair starts.
That's a smart move by you. That's a very smart move by you.
Yeah.
I see Ethan Moore down there, and Taylor Lindsay makes me happy. So all of your ESPN Louisville shows, we pop it up there at the banner at the bottom. But we've got a great week of college football here this week, fellas. What do you feel about the slate? How do you juiced up for Saturday, Justin?
I can't wait. I mean, who can't be juiced up for Georgia at Bama?
Yeah, exactly.
Louisville at Notre Dame. Kansas State at Oklahoma State. Piss on that game.
Yeah.
But I want to
piss on it.
I'm really excited. The only thing I'm not excited about is the UK and Ole Miss game being at noon, being a nooner. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I need that 7:30 kick so I can get all lubed up, and makes me more pissed off when we lose.
Yeah, exactly. But now I'll be on the big deck, Justin, so don't worry. We can commiserate in that. Someone says, wow, can you play the open on the retweet sometime? That was incredible. So good job on that,
I
Justin.
think you meant Roundtable, but I'm just self-serving. Thank you. Thank you, though. I appreciate it, Maddie.
Thank you, Maddie Betts. We appreciate it. And also, if you want to get a hold of the show via the UPS Jobs text line, I have it pulled up right here, 437-9680. I know, Max Godby, you're ready for the slate this weekend. Outside of Kentucky, Ole Miss, Georgia, Bama, what are you looking forward to the most this weekend as you get I'm sure you got all your chores done nice and early in the morning so you can sit down and watch some college football?
Yeah, I mean, biggest one for me right now, it turned to a big game for me like 2 minutes ago, is Colorado versus UCF.
Yeah.
At UCF. Not because of that game at all, but just a very poorly timed marketing decision of saying, hey, we're heading down to UCF for this game, and everything's flooded, as you could kind of see right there. It's that's not a smart decision.
That's unfortunate.
Not good.
I think the term is tone deaf.
Yeah.
Tone. Well,
I like to see Prime try to talk his way out of this.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to backpedal that fast.
No, there was a time when the Colorado bluster was kind of endearing, kind of like cute, and like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's fun. That just took it to another level, and like, I understand they had a quote big win this past weekend over Baylor. It was a fantastic game. That throw Shadur Sanders had, or the Hail Mary to not win the game, but to put it in overtime, was a great throw and everything. But they stormed the field against an unranked Baylor team, not a Matt Rule or RG3 Baylor team, but a shitty Baylor team. They stormed the field. So for me, the Colorado thing's like kind of over now.
Funny story about the Colorado Baylor game. I wasn't watching it.
Oh, whoa!
I was watching UK volleyball.
Oh, how about that?
No
Because
support?
because I'm a rad volleyball dad, and my daughter.
You are a rad volleyball dad.
Is a volleyball savant.
Was it for the shorts?
Yeah. No.
He winked at me. He winked at me, folks. It's on YouTube. He winked at me.
But I did hit Twitter, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's pretty cool." And then I went back to the volleyball game and said, "What a kill! Great set.
Volleyball's
What a
fun.
dig.
Volleyball's fun to watch.
I love it.
It's a
love it.
fun, action-packed
Now,
sport.
why do you like watching?
Oh gosh.
Like you, my daughter plays as well. So I'm a volleyball dad too.
Are you a rad volleyball dad?
I'm not as rad as you. You're the raddest volleyball dad.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but we got that going on. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into it, fellas. Kentucky traveling to Oxford this weekend. Mississippi, they're playing Ole Miss. Before we dive into the game, Danny Gray says Maddie Bang's comments this week getting the Grove and Lane fired up to put a 70 burger on Poop's Troops. Poop's
That's a good
Troops.
one. Is that a new one?
Yeah, we had Sleepy Stoops and the Sleepy Troops,
Yeah.
and now we have Poop's Troops. So that is. But before we get into the game itself, we got to talk about the end zone. I have to say, I hate the come play at the sip stuff. Like it's a crummy nickname. It sucks. It's not funny. It's not unique. It's not inventive. Like come play at the sip. Come play at the sip. Ain't nobody wants to play. You come play at Ole Miss. How about that? Ole Miss is so much cooler than the sip. And the sip sucks. Okay, Lane Kiffin, I love you. If you wanted to be UK's head coach right now, I'd take it. I'd kick Stoops' waddling butt right to the curb. But you lose me with the sip. So if he came to Kentucky, come play at the key. Come play at the key. Like, no, it's Ole Miss. Stick with that. Now they're doing the end zones or the sip, which I think is lame and stupid. So, but that's all I got. That's my rant about the sip. Okay, that's my rant. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Mark Stoops and the football team are going to walk out there and see the sip on the field and say, now we're really going to win. So it's just a little pet peeve of mine. That's all. I got it out of the way. That's all it is. Okay, but the game itself. I ask you two football Freddies who
Do you
play.
feel better?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Actually, I do. I need a drink after
Honestly,
that.
what he wanted to
Get
say.
you a sip.
I need a sip.
He
Nicely
basically
done.
was just like, what a double standard. Mm-hmm. What a double standard. If Joker would have said, come play at the sip, they would have said, wow, he's bad at Photoshop. He's terrible at Photoshop. It's always been proven. But because Lane, sneaky, sexy Lane, says sip. Because he says sip, everyone's like, wow.
Wow.
He's great. I bet he's good at Photoshop, not like Joker. Joker's bad at Photoshop. I didn't say that, but that's what people said when he was at Florida.
Come play for the Joker. I love those, by the way.
I did not.
The voice
suck.
for Godby has been so successful. I don't do your normal voice ever again. The entire show is a character. Every time it's a
Every
different
single
character. Every time.
Well, but now his regular voice, he could be playing as ends.
Yeah, exactly. He does a great Trump. He does a great Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Does a very good Biden, and he does a great Ince. I think those are your best ones.
The Ince, it takes zero effort.
It does zero effort. Yeah, you don't have to practice that in front of a mirror. You can just wake up in the morning and just boom, roll out of
Honestly,
bed
for
and you do it.
Ince, it's not putting any emotion into it.
It's just
It's just very monotone.
Just very
It's
monotone.
Now, unless he
Soulless
gets a
human
little like up about something, like if I don't
Anime.
if I don't want to pay. If I mention the Ince, like I don't want to pay any more taxes, then he's like, but you got to pay more taxes. Got to pay taxes. then it gets a little bit squirrely.
Pay your fair share.
Fair share Ince. Fair share Ince is what they call him.
I didn't say it. All right. So, what do you football Freddies think about this game? Now, did either one of you play at Ole Miss during your time at UK? Because it's not often that the team goes down there and plays. It's mostly Mississippi State because they were our West rival or whatever. But did either of you get a chance to play in Ole Miss during your time? You didn't.
I had Ole Miss at home.
Okay.
We played Ole Miss in 2010, and I didn't travel for that game. And the only stadiums I haven't played at is Ole Miss, Auburn, Alabama, and A&M.
Okay.
Those are the only
Okay,
four
we
I've
didn't
never
have
been
we
to.
didn't have A&M.
Yeah, back
Yeah.
when you played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in your
back
day,
in my
yours are like
day.
12.
Hey, we didn't have A&M.
Daniel McMullen says Bird Gang is here. Thank you, Bird Gang. So
I
what
like
do you,
Bird Gang.
what do you got? All right, so I will start here. Is there any chance
No.
that could
Next question.
is there any
But keep
chance
it moving.
that Kentucky can put together any semblance of an offense to try to counter what Ole Miss is going to do themselves offensively? I mean, look, we all know what Stoops is going to do. He's going to try to win with defense. He's going to try to run the football and try to drag it on as long as possible and muck it up as much as possible. Do we have any confidence? I mean, let me put it this way. I'm going to start with Max. Confidence level. Kentucky can put up enough points to beat Ole Miss.
I don't do confidence. So
Okay.
but I could tell you what the pathway looks like.
Or what does it look like? Give me a path.
So you look at UK's defense, and I think the past 2 weeks it's been able to prove that UK does have a top 10 defense.
Agreed.
Enough to where they've stalled Georgia at basically at 40% of their point capacity during their game to only allow 13 points. Just assuming, because again, it's not the same offensive style, assuming that Kentucky can go from a 60% stop to Georgia, they get to 33% or 25% against Ole Miss. That puts the score for Ole Miss somewhere between 35, 42 points that you have to get. 35, 42. So then the question becomes, can this Kentucky offense get 42 points on their own? No. Can this team get 35 points if given a +1 turnover on their side of the field? Still doubtful. Now, if Kentucky can get 28 points +2 turnover, turnover, and get it towards midfield to Ole Miss, then Kentucky can win this game. But those are the things that Kentucky's going to have to do. Offensively, on true drives, be able to score 28 points.
Oh, man.
Defense to be able to hold Ole Miss to 35 points, but be able to get a +2 turnover margin within midfield or in Ole Miss territory.
That's very specific and sounds very, very difficult
Unlike
to do.
someone who's just going to go, no, next question. Now we butchered 45 minutes of the show.
Listen, like I said, but next question. Let's go. Oklahoma State, Kansas. What we got?
He's looking at the old spreadsheet there. Steve Rhodes says, say a bunch of nonsense, then you get Kamala. Thank you. All right. I'll turn to Justin next. Justin.
Why? Because Kamala's black?
No. That's not.
Streble said she's not black.
I didn't say that either.
Yes.
I didn't say any of that.
He told me in secret.
I didn't tell you secret. I don't share secrets with anyone but my wife. She's the only one that gets secrets from me.
Have you seen the video?
Here we go.
Have you seen?
Here we go. Now
I'm
we're
not
in
gonna
it.
put
Now we're
myself
in it.
on camera so I can just talk.
Okay.
But have you seen the video where they compare like her describing her experiences like in this? I think it was when she was in Atlanta doing the Atlanta voice.
Yes.
Talking about cooking up like greens in the tub. And then, like, it's a comparison between her saying that and then it's Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. It's just playing that on top of each other.
Streble, have you ever had greens from a tub?
Not from a tub.
Not from
No.
a tub.
Maybe a sink, but not from a tub. I haven't had the tub ones.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. So you wanted to ask me a question.
I wanted to ask you a question. Yes, I did. I did.
Don't correct how he says ass.
No, I speak like I speak. We all have different ways to talk.
Is there a difference?
No, there's not.
Apparently there is.
It's an individual thing. It's
did-
however you speak
Did
individually.
what Justin say was wrong?
No, not at all. No.
Did it
Then why
bother
did
you?
you-
No, I'm not bothered
Then
at
why'd
all.
you correct
You
him?
look bothered.
I'm not. There's no sweat on my upper lip at all. There's nothing.
Why
There's
did
nothing
you
there.
why did you enunciate it so loud?
Hey, he asked you a question.
I
Now
was-
go
I
and answer it.
I haven't answered. I haven't asked it yet. I'm going to ask it now,
Oh, Andy
though.
would be so proud.
L's up, cat people. Thank you, Daniel McMullen. So, Justin, that's a very specific road for Kentucky to travel to get a dub in the SIP. And I mean, you're very dismissive of this game, which I'm with you. I am too. Percentage chance that happens, what Max just laid out, the +2 turnover hold Ole Miss to 33% of their offensive production, and then Kentucky's offense
66%.
Sorry, 66 of their
Stall them 33%.
Stall them 33%. Thank you.
Repeating, of course.
But could you? Do you think that pathway is a viable pathway?
I think 2 of the 3 could be. I think we could get 2 turnovers.
Okay.
I do think that, and I think the defense can definitely hold them to 35 points. I definitely do. The offense is not going to – I mean, we're not scoring 28 points. If you really truly think that we're scoring 28 points, I need you to take a hit of that and pass it to me because you are smoking that good stuff. I mean, there's no way. Listen, the thing about it is Ole Miss's run defense is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Statistically.
Yeah.
And supposedly they got some dogs up front, and the front seven's pretty stout. And what do we want to do? We want to run the football. Now, supposedly their back end might be a little suspect, but do we have any confidence in the offensive line that we can protect long enough, to be able to get the ball down the field? I don't yet. I mean, maybe they've come up with something, some scheme wise. We'll see what Bush Hamden can do this week.
Yeah.
Because he's going to have to do some special things.
It's a good point.
To be able to, to get creative and get points and score those 28 points that Max said. So, I mean, I think 2 of those 3 is definitely viable, but I don't have any confidence in the offense, and until they prove otherwise, it's going to be that way.
That's a good point about Bush Hamden, because outside of the SEC, Emily Online One Daddy, no. Thank you, Danny. That's a good point by you, because I mean, so much emphasis has been put on Brad White and what he's going to do with the defense this week, as it should be, because we feel like the offense is not a lost cause, but getting there. I'm not answering that, Maddie Betts. I'm leaving that alone.
I didn't see it.
How many turnovers does Kamala have to get to beat Trump? Thank you, Matt. As I was saying, this is a good game to see, like you said, Bush Hamden's laid 2 massive eggs in his SEC games. Now, he can put up points against Southern Miss. He put up points last week in that game against Ohio. They had no problem scoring in either one of those games.
Luckily, they're in our conference. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah,
appreciate it,
that.
Bush.
Yeah.
Bush. But anyways, this is a game for him where it's like, okay, if you are this offensive coordinator for this team of the future, you've got to show something here. You've got to be able to try to the best of your ability to match the firepower of Ole Miss and what Lane Kiffin wants to do. I just don't have any trust that Bush Hamden is that dude, an offensive coordinator. And look, guys, if he goes a third straight game in the SEC of not scoring a touchdown, are we talking about Mark Stoops maybe having to hire another offensive coordinator and doing that dance once again in the offseason?
I'm telling you, your 6th offensive coordinator is already in the building. It's already there.
Who is that? Please
Bush.
do tell.
The stray dog that they adopted and named after the OC. He could do about the same job for far less pay. Just pay him in milk bones.
Hey, those milk bones
and use
be
that
hitting.
and use that money for NIL.
The Bush the dog.
I see this as an absolute win. He's not going to talk back to Stoops.
No, he's not.
Stoops is going to go, you need to run the ball more. And then Bush is going to go, woof.
That's all it is.
We need Bark and Blank in here. No, this is a good point to stop here, because Bush was able to throw the football in his non-SEC games. They were able to throw the football. I mean, Stoops is taking the playbook this week. He's taking the playbook, and he's hiding the playbook where Bush cannot find the playbook. And he said, "Here's your playbook, Bush. It's going to be straight running plays."
But like I said earlier, like that's Ole Miss's strength. I know they haven't played anybody. I know I know they have not played anybody. I get that, but strength on strength. I mean, I guess taking it back to Georgia, we did that with Georgia. We ran the ball well against Georgia, and their front seven is fantastic, obviously. So maybe that's something that I don't see Ole Miss's front seven being any better than Georgia's.
Yeah.
Scheme wise, I don't know what their defensive coordinator does. I don't know if they're going to run some kind of funky ass defense like a 3-3-5 or a 4-6-2 or whatever. I don't know what they do. But it may be our strength versus their strength. We can do it, but there's going to have to be, Dane Key's going to have to make some plays. Barry Brown's going to have to run a kickback. I mean, I think you could see like a punt or a kick. I mean, there's going to have to be some special shit to happen, for us to go down there and win.
And they've got to get a third receiver involved. I mean, Jamari
Macklin was supposed to be that dude, and he showed flashes earlier in the year.
In the first game against Southern Miss, he was great, and then ever since then, we haven't seen anything. They've got to do something to get the pressure, because we talked to Brad Logan, who writes for Ole Miss's 247 site, talk about Barry Brown and Dane Key in the receiving corps. We've got two guys that we feel like feel pretty good about it. There's got to be a third dude. There's got to be somebody else to take pressure off those guys. Jamari Macklin is going to have to show up if they can even get the ball to him. Now, Max and I have already made our picks, but we'll tell everybody here watching the YouTube stream that wasn't listening to the Roundtable earlier. Max and I both have Ole Miss winning. We won't talk covers, so I don't want to spring that on you now. I don't want to do that to you.
Thank you.
But you're welcome. I'm here for you,
I'm
Max.
just trying to stop the steal.
I'm here for you, man. So we both pick Ole Miss winning this football game. We'll start with Justin Jeffries first, and we'll move to Sofro as well.
I mean, you wanted to ask me a question about the game. I said no before you even said it, so that should.
That's my answer.
That's your.
Yeah.
No. Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss. What is it, 17.5? I know you
17.5.
Yeah. I think Stoops mucks it up enough to maybe cover. I wouldn't touch it.
Right.
But I think Ole Miss definitely gets the dub here.
Okay, so Ole Miss gets the dub. Does Max Trump have one of his family's new gold watches on today? No watches.
Naked wrists.
So Sofro, I'm assuming you're picking the Rebels as well.
I'll be honest. I don't know why you all are so negative. Like, you come out.
Don't pat us on the head,
I just feel like, I'm sorry. Let me pod you all down real quick. I'm just over here thinking, like, maybe you all aren't good enough BBN fans. I just feel like you need to support your team, believe in them. After what they put on the field for you against Georgia, and then they came out and really proved themselves against a great Ohio team, right? They came out, and
he goes.
I just feel like there should be a little bit more confidence in your boys. And, like, believe in your guys. Believe in Vandergrift to get this dub.
Believe in Kentucky.
Hold on. Okay, so see, this is the difference between Kentucky fans and Louisville fans.
Oh, here we go,
is that
man.
there's
It's on
just
display right now.
Here we go.
Kentucky fans don't have access to write fan fiction like you do for Jeff Brown.
Have you seen the way those nips pop in that medium shirt he wears? He can wear a size bigger. He chooses not to.
He chooses not to.
Why would
If
you?
I was built like him, I would too. I mean,
absolutely.
the problem is every shirt for me is already that size. It ain't looking
It's
good.
already tight.
It's already a little tight.
The nips are already popping.
Yeah.
Christopher Reese says the line has moved down for Ole Miss Kentucky. It's now at plus 16 for the Cats. So there we go. The line's moving, boys. The line's moving. You're telling me there's a chance.
Anyway, no, I think it'll be. I guess more for me is just the sheer we're gonna get blasted feeling that you all are kind of giving off a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I think it'll be a closer game than a lot of people are expecting.
Okay.
I said that.
I think they would cover.
Okay. Was it 17 and a half
16
points?
16 now.
Okay, so it could be
Take that.
So it could be 15. It could be a two touchdown
Two-touchdown
game.
game. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
Okay,
two
that's
touchdown
fine.
game. Yeah.
I feel like that's a win.
I think.
That's
Well,
shitty to say.
I guess.
35-21. We're good.
And I'm taking way too much time on this. I think to me, this will be a game that kind of will tell you how the rest of the season can go for Kentucky.
I can agree.
If they play and it's a close game, even if they lose, as long as they cover and they put out the effort that you're proud of, I'm fine with it if I'm a UK fan. Yeah. Or they could collapse and then you could be looking at try to beat Louisville for 6 wins in the season.
And
And
that's kind
they
of how I
probably
feel
will, but-
anyway.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just at this point, yes. But that's what I'm picking. I'm gonna say not that they're gonna win, but they're gonna cover. I feel confident that UK is gonna cover.
Okay.
Would
All
you
right.
bet it? Would you bet it?
I'm not a betting man. I'm a Christian.
I'm Catholic, so we drink
You're
beer
allowed-
and
We
bad.
Drink beer.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
beer and
Let's
bed.
I
go.
was Catholic. I'm now Christian. But it is.
So now you don't drink and you don't.
No,
bet.
I still drink.
Tomatoes. Tomatoes.
When you say bet, yeah, I'll put like like $5
Would,
on it.
but would you like?
no,
would
I'm
you
not
feel
gonna put
comfortable with
not
that?
a substantial bet.
Okay, yeah.
$5. You know, Lachlan McLean
I'll do
bet.
the
$5 bet.
I'll do it, but I'll do a $5 bet on anything.
Oh, see,
Okay.
that's-
Like I don't
yeah.
care. You know what I mean? Like I have to be.
That's
if you're gonna
nothing to
say
you.
No,
Pitch pause.
that's not what I mean. I'm working 3 damn jobs.
You
tonight,
are.
You know what I mean?
You're in the same
I'm
boat,
not-
brother.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing all that. I'm doing it so my wife can
I
stay
don't
at home
even
with
get
the
paid
kids.
to work.
Yeah. That's like I'm here for free.
Drink beer.
Streble gave me some
This
beers
I
so
am
that we can
doing
hang
for
out. All right, producer taking the moral high ground, oh brother, that comes from Callaway Mills. All right, let's move on to the next game. I mean, this is a massive game. Louisville heads on the road. They go to South Bend to try to beat Notre Dame 2 years in a row. Last year, it's like the exact opposite. Last year, everybody was Notre Dame, because Sam Hartman and his sexy hair and his sexy beard was the talk of college football. He was a Heisman candidate at that point. He's throwing touchdowns all over the place. Like, oh my God, he finally got away from Dave Clawson and Wake Forest. He's going to be a stud at Notre Dame. Early he was. Then he came to L&N Cardinal Stadium, and he does what he does when he plays Louisville at Louisville, and he threw a bunch of picks and turned the ball over in horrific fashion. But this season, Marcus Freeman's team, their backs against the wall already because of that early loss to Northern Illinois. The Cards go up there with a lot of confidence after covering Georgia Tech and beating them, but there were a lot of things left to be desired after that Georgia Tech game, as far as Louisville's concerned. Defensively, Georgia Tech was able to outgain them through the air and on the ground. Offensively, they could not establish a running game, and that offensive line was suspect at times. A lot of penalties, a lot of sloppiness on their side of the ball. Very interesting game. I'll start with Justin this time. Justin, how do you see this matchup going, Cards versus the Fighting Irish?
Listen, I'll be honest with you, and we should know it's a lot better to try to get better and fix problems after a win than after getting housed.
Yeah.
So I think Brom, excuse me, they played Little Sisters of the Poor and Blind Academy, and then had an off week. And then started.
That's the Mark
ACC
Stoops
play.
special.
I didn't.
Yeah,
100%. It's
Brom's
correct,
taking lessons from Stoops. How about that?
Golly,
About
don't-
damn
whatever
time.
you do. Hey, JB, don't take lessons from Mark Stoops.
Let me speak into that camera.
But I think they saw some things that they could really work on, and it showed their weaknesses that I think Jeff Brom can really go out and. I wore black today. You can't see
You
shit.
can't.
But
I like those blue shorts.
I bet. Did you?
I did.
Oh, just let him.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Good
I'm sorry. I
night.
like them.
Max wants his mic time. Come on.
I want to talk on YouTube. Damn it.
But no, I think they come out and I think they play really well. I think that all the some of the issues that they had against Georgia Tech, I think will look a lot better. I really think they go up there and all my friends call me U of L fan because I'm so hateful against UK, and then I always pump up U of L.
You got that U of L thing next to you. The camera.
You can put your beers in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know how many beers it would take to fill that thing?
Yeah.
Sorry,
You
Max,
could
I
drink
need to hurry
all of
up. But I really
Wait,
I
put
think
your
they come out-
wait, real quick. Put your hand on that. Does it look like a normal sized mug for you? Okay.
Looks like a sippy cup for him.
It does look kind of like a kid with a sippy
Like he's a
cup.
toddler with a
yeah,
sippy
if it were
cup.
me, I couldn't.
Couldn't what?
Huh?
If you were me, you couldn't what?
Grip it.
Yeah, thank you.
So, I think they really go down there and play well. Marcus Freeman is coaching for Omar. I think he's getting close to coaching for his
I
job.
agree with that. Yeah.
And they're in, like, this is the best game that they're going to have until what,
USC at the very last game of the season
So
when they go out
lose
to
this one,
California.
it's over, like they're
Yeah.
through. So I think they're going to be playing with that. It's really dangerous when you play teams that have that fear factor to where, oh shit, if this doesn't work, our season's over. Like, that's a scary place to be.
Yeah.
And I think Notre Dame's going to play that way, and I think they played that way last week when they blew out whoever they played. And but I really think Louisville's going to have a really good game plan going in, and it's going to be a fun game to watch. And I don't know what the spread is. I know I asked that every
7.
It's look at you. You're
Yeah.
I'm
I actually have it this
ill-prepared.
time. Yeah.
I'm ill prepared, and you're prepared.
I'm
for
over
me.
prepared, baby.
It's gone up, right? It's gone like from 4.5.
It's gone.
Didn't
It
go up?
started off at like 4.5, then went to 6, 6.5, and now it's up to 7.
Kind of
Okay,
shocking
so Notre
to me,
Dame's,
honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
Notre
I,
Dame's favored by
Yeah.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. I think Louisville goes in there and wins, if I'm being completely honest.
Okay.
I really do. I like Shuck's a slinger, dude.
He's good. He's been good.
I mess with Shuck. I think he does good things. And as long as you keep him upright, I think you'll be fine.
All right, Max Godby. You and I talked about you and I talked about this game in depth earlier on the show. Tell the people out there that didn't listen or didn't get a chance to listen yet what you think as well. I think you would like to mirror a lot of the things that Jeffries just said.
Yeah, specifically for Notre Dame and Louisville on offense, for both of them on their offensive side of the ball, respectively, it's going to be they're going to have to win with their run game for Louisville and for Notre Dame. I think from U of L's perspective, ranked 18th in passing. Notre Dame's ranked 18th in pass defense. I think that's going to kind of break even. So the only way you're really going to kind of get this game to break open is going to be in the run game. And I would say that Notre Dame would have Notre Dame has the advantage in the run game. But these are the type of games that won Louisville constantly, as a UK fan, constantly they get up for these type of games.
They do. It's a great point.
Where it's their backs up against a wall from a media perspective. It's the exact same thing that happened with Louisville last year playing against Notre Dame, them coming to L&N Stadium. I think Louisville's able to rise this occasion, and to echo what Justin said, is what's the mentality of Notre Dame going into this game? Is it my back's up against a corner and I'm going to do everything I can to fight my way back? Or is it my back's up against a corner, I can't screw up? Because
there's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between the two of those.
Yeah.
And I think this Notre Dame team, to me, does not have that courage. They don't have that gut mentality of like, I need to go and I need to do everything I can to claw my way back. I don't think they're built for that. And I think Louisville's got more to gain. Notre Dame has more to lose. I think Louisville wins this.
All right, and I'm I go to you, Justin, because I think I'm the only outlier here when it comes to this game. But Sofro, your cards, you're not wearing any red today. I'm a little disappointed. Usually you come in wearing a red U of L hat or something. What do you think about your cards in South Bend?
I want you to be as bothful and as bullshit as you were when you're for Kentucky. Keep that same energy, big boy.
Keep that energy.
Let's see if I can get it up for you guys. I think here's my thing, and I've been kind of. The only way that I perceive this game, and I'm a little bit confused with like what's going on behind the scenes. I know there's a rumor out there, but it's not like
What rumor?
Didn't McGavick talking about?
Oh yeah, there's an injury.
Yes, but is it that game changing? Like
what's the rumor?
It wouldn't.
Well, you can't say it because
I can't. There's an injury. That's all I can say. Is there's an injury on Louisville's
Now,
defense.
they don't know. Now ACC does not do their.
They don't do it like
Yeah.
SEC.
Like SEC,
Right. Exactly.
But McGavick didn't want to put it out there, so that's fine.
Right.
I mean, I've heard the name. Didn't seem to really like. It could be a loss, but it didn't seem like it's to me game changing.
It didn't move the needle for you in that direction.
Not as maybe it will. Maybe I'll sit there tomorrow and I feel different. Or I'll feel differently. I think the way I've looked at it the same way from the beginning of the season or really preseason. So I have now. Nothing's really changed. Every single time, I don't believe in Freeman, right? Yeah, as a coach.
Right, Marcus Freeman.
I don't believe in him.
He has
And then
fantastic hair. by the
also-
way.
Great hair.
yes.
Great hair. He's a handsome guy.
I think, and I've kind of looked at it the same way too, where it's this Notre Dame team. Kind of, you've done the same thing again, where you got Sam Hartman, who got busted by Louisville every time he played him at Wake Forest. Now you got Riley Leonard, who got busted last year, and I don't think is that good of a quarterback.
I agree with that.
I don't think I'm not really worried. I guess if for some reason Louisville can't really establish a run game, I'm a little bit nervous, I guess, about that. But overall, nothing about this Notre Dame team scares me, and I think this is a game that Jeff Brom marks on his calendar. I hope that he also, Diener's telling me, he marks the Kentucky game all this season.
This is Brom, yeah.
Get your ass out there and win that game. That's all I'm going to say. But when it comes to this game, I know that Jeff Brom gets up for this game.
Yeah.
Because he did last year. It's something I think that means a lot to him, and he gets excited for it. I think he wants to win this game, and I think they will go out there and win it. I mean, I guess if I'm going to say they're winning, they're covering. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cards to win. I'm wondering. I'm just trying to understand what Vegas is thinking, or just why people are betting this way.
Well-
Because I just think.
There's got to be something. Maybe it's that
Yeah.
injury. That's.
That
But it's not like that well known
Vegas
out there.
knows everything,
Because I feel
don't
like right, but I feel like you could Google it a lot, and like there wouldn't there be a lot of people to move? Well, I guess the people that are moving
or
the money.
Vegas is intentionally trying to move it that way also.
Yeah.
Well, here's I'll tell you all thing about the game, and then I have a question for everybody after this. So I'm with all you guys as far as not trusting Notre Dame, not trusting Marcus Freeman, and then coaching for his job and all these other things. But the thing with me that I keep going back to is Notre Dame's defense and defensive front is better than Georgia Tech's. I think that is established.
Yeah.
They have an all-world defense. Their offense, again, with Riley Leonard, it leaves a lot to be desired. But can that defense make Louisville one-dimensional in the fact that they can't run the football and they have to rely on Tyler Shuck, and maybe Louisville gets tight? Like we can't do what we want to do. Notre Dame hones in on the receivers, hones in on Shuck, and gets him to, for the first time all season, maybe generate some turnovers. I also don't believe in Louisville's defense at all. I think that's not as good as it was last year. I think they got it's been a disappointment. I think they got exposed last week by Georgia Tech. I think Notre Dame will be able to do just enough offensively. I think it'll be a close game, but I think that Notre Dame goes and wins. But here's the question I have. I was the outlier. I'm the only one picking Notre Dame to win. The question I have is this. Usually after a big win for Jeff Brom, historically this is true. You have the Brom blunder. So the Brom blunder this time would be against SMU. And I would contend that SMU game, for ACC purposes, is much more important for Jeff Brom, because he loses that game to SMU, who I think is a whatever team.
Don't tell Diener. That doesn't happen. The Brom blunder doesn't happen.
The Brom blunder is
he's not going to definitely lose.
It happened last year. Yeah. After Notre Dame, they go.
We knew Pittsburgh. Like, I had a feeling Pittsburgh, but yeah.
They went up. They just get beat by Pittsburgh. They got embarrassed by Pittsburgh. They got housed by a bad Pittsburgh team. So would you rather beat Notre Dame and lose to SMU if the Brom blunder does continue to hold, or would you either lose to Notre Dame and then say lick your wounds, come back and be 2-0 in the ACC? I think that's something that has to be talked about as well.
Well, to me, it's clear I'd rather lose a game to Notre Dame, because you can still make the playoff, just win the ACC.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter. Just win at that point, lose that game. Well, my friend Dwight and I talked about it on the After Dark show. Where we talked about before, where he's like, would you rather win the UK game or make the playoff? And I'm like, well, that's a difficult thing for me, because as a Louisville fan, that means, A, you're actually winning the ACC championship, so you get a trophy, and you get to make the playoff, which you're probably going to lose first round, whatever. I'm just going to expect it, kind of thing. Or you win the Governor's Cup. And the Governor's Cup, for me, is up there, but if it means I get a trophy either way, but I'm probably going to win Governor's Cup, because you win that.
Wow.
To be a part of the first ever 12-team playoff would be fantastic, though. That would trump almost everything. Next year, shit gets back to what whatever it needs to be. But to be a part of that first ever 12-team playoff would be fantastic. And guess what? We don't have to worry about it.
We don't have to worry about that. We do not have to worry about college football playoff. Our screen went out, Justin. Is that okay? Okay. Geoff said that before our screen went out, Geoff said, here it is. Louisville has been suspect with running QBs this year. Leonard is going to go off. I think that's also a worry, because Haynes King was able to run the football. The quarterback for Jacksonville State was able to run the football as well.
Wasn't he hurt last year when he was at Duke?
Yeah, he was.
Yes, and he never really got back from it, because I went and watched Louisville house Duke. He came out and played that game. He was questionable going into it. He played, and he looked terrible. And he's not been right since he was injured. He was not the Riley Leonard that we saw his first year at Duke.
Clemson. Yeah.
Word on the street was you wore a U of L shirt to that game.
That's not true. That's all. It's hearsay. I did not wear.
I'm just telling you what the street said.
It was red. It was red.
I think I wore a Metallica shirt. If I remember correctly, I went neutral. I was being the streets is wrong.
He threw an L's up.
I just throwing L's up.
Here's the thing. Here's my issue, and I love that you brought up about the defense, because I don't believe in run English at all, and I'm suspect of the defense as well. A lot of people get on me about that, because the second half where I was like, I know I sent out the tweet where I said, because after Shuck gave him the 2 points there,
right.
After that happened, I said,
he fell in the end
you
zone.
believe they're going to stop? There's no way they're going to stop him. And then they stopped him the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But Louisville's defense is the definition of bend don't break. It's just consistent.
It's Brad White, baby.
Big play after
we know all about
that.
Yeah.
It's just consistent big play after big play after big play, and then somehow you may luck into stopping them there at the end. But that's why I would have to believe that Notre Dame is a legitimate football team this season to be nervous.
Fair.
That's why I'm not as nervous. It's more about I don't believe in Notre Dame.
Yeah. I get that for sure. And by the way, you speaking of the safety in the end zone, the offensive guru himself, Jeff Brom, calls a play action pass for his quarterback in the end zone. He's such a quarterback and offensive genius. He calls that play, and his quarterback falls down and gets a safety. I just had to throw that out there. I had to throw that out there.
Was it Dan Orlovsky-esque?
It was very much Dan Orlovsky. Yes, very much.
How many points did Louisville put up against Georgia Tech?
33.
How many have we been able to put up with Bush Hamden?
With Bush Hamden, we put up 41 one game
Against a mid-major.
against a mid-major,
Okay.
and then the
Against
second,
SEC teams.
31.
Against our
oh,
conference.
against SEC teams, I think we put up. Let's see here,
No
15,
touchdowns.
15 points.
20. We had 6. What was it? It was 31-6 and then 13. No,
Yeah.
19. That's 19.
yeah,
Yeah, 19.
19.
Yeah.
Math is
The
hard.
point is
Math is hard.
My point is maybe let's not throw stones quite yet.
Because our house is very glassy.
Oh no, I'm not throwing stones. Look, I am throwing stones, but I'm
angle-
self-aware.
You're precious. You're super smart, bro. Called a safety with a play action. What an idiot!
I am full. Here,
That's a spat from a hurt man. Is what?
Yes,
that is.
it is. And
Scorned.
look, this is not me saying Bush Hamden's a great offensive. Like, I'm self-aware. That's the thing. I'm self-aware. I know what Kentucky is offensively. They suck. They stink. Bush Hamden, I get that. It's just all the bluster from Louisville fans. We have Jeff Brom. Are you worried about this? No. We have Jeff Brom. He's going to put up 100 points on everybody. And then you got him going out there. You're on your half-yard line. Run the damn football. Get out of your own end zone. What does he do? Play action pass. It's like my son Kellen playing NCAA football 25. That's video game bullshit. I'm sorry it is. And Jeff Brom, I can do this. I'm Jeff Brom. I'm going to call a play action pass here. I'm so smart. They won't be thinking of this. Watch this. Tyler Shuck. What? Falls down. Sorry. Miss me with Jeff Brom's offensive genius. Miss me with it. I know Bush Hamden's a scrub. I understand that. Don't come at me, Louisville fans. I get it. Unlike you, I'm self-aware of my team.
Justin's back there going, good, but could you imagine if it worked, though?
You'd like it if it
He's
worked.
Shannon Dawson himself.
Daddy Weg says Brom still has some tricks up his sleeve. Louisville by 1 million. See, that's the thing. The hubris.
The
hubris.
It's also funny because Anthony Easton, before you even said that, he had open receivers. If Shuck doesn't fall, it would have been a big game.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah, again, that's part of football. That's part of things like that happen. If you can't go back and say, well, if this would have happened, we would have scored there, and if this would have happened, we would have scored there, and if that would have happened, we would have had 1 million yards of offense. It didn't happen. What happened. You can't play in sports. You can't play the what if game because we have the result.
Did they lose that game?
No, they won the game. I'm just making the point.
I'm just saying that play. If you go back and read, if you go back and
It's spittle.
if you go back and read,
Max is like, let me talk.
Let me talk, damn it.
I want to talk real football, big boy football.
if you go back and read the Louisville fan fiction about that play, they make a compelling argument.
I can't.
We did fan fiction against Georgia. The same thing. Oh, if Brock wouldn't have got sacked, if he would have had 0.25 more seconds.
Oh no,
that mesh route is wide open.
No, UK fans create a rule for that pick six.
Oh,
yes, we did. We created a rule.
I mean,
That's
that's
way
some
better.
triple X stuff
That's
right there.
way
We
better.
created rules.
No, that was Alabama and Catherine Webb. He did the fan fiction about.
Oh, Brent Musburger, God bless you, wherever you are. Mwah, to Brent Musburger. All right, next game we have Oklahoma State at Kansas State. Oklahoma State, both teams lost, but they're both still in the top 25. Oklahoma State gets beat by 3 points against Utah, which was a fantastic game. 19-22 was that score. And then Kansas State got absolutely dominated by BYU at BYU in the whitest stadium I've ever seen in my life.
Clothes-wise?
The skin, clothes, pom-poms, hats, whatever you want to say. It was a very white stadium.
They brought that Mark Pope energy.
They brought
That's fantastic. I don't think Kentucky basketball games. I know I'm just gonna derail, but I don't think they can get any whiter than what they already are.
There's no way.
Golly.
Maybe at a Trump
they're
rally.
about ready to.
Every game's a whiteout, bitches.
But we had this game, which is on paper, it looks interesting. I was of the opinion that Oklahoma State with Mike Gundy goes in there and wins this football game because I think Kansas State's complete frauds. I don't think they deserve to be in the top 25. They should have been beaten by Tulane if the rest would have been fair and not sucking up to Power 4 football. John Summerall gets that dub. So I think Oklahoma State takes this win. I like Mike Gundy and his hair. I like their brand of football. I like the fact that their quarterback is 800 years old. It's fantastic. Max, what do you think about this matchup?
I think the loss that Kansas State had, that's the type of loss where it causes you to lose twice.
Right.
And I don't think you come back from that. I think even if you're playing at your home field, I think it's going to take a lot more. I think you're going to have to pull John Snyder out of retirement to be able to help you in this game.
Wow, that's a
so.
pull.
I think
That's a great pull.
Mike Gundy gets it done and beats Kansas State.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Manhattan, Kansas. It's just as intimidating as Oxford, Mississippi. Go ahead. I had to throw that in there.
What a terrible place.
Sorry.
Could you imagine Manhattan playing in Manhattan?
No,
Kansas?
I don't. How did they get any players?
I don't know.
But
must-
they do somehow.
Yeah, somehow. So what's Oklahoma State's quarterback? He's thrown for 1,100 yards already.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
Over-under's 54 points-wise is 54.5. So there's going to be some scoring.
Yeah.
But Mike Gundy and that gorgeous, gorgeous hair and his repair skills. I mean, calling out the compressor hey, fix that. That's like, hey, Justin, that compressor's going out over there. You
Fix
hear
that shit.
You hear that? Get on that. But yeah, I have no faith in Kansas State. I never have. I don't know why. I mean, they
Can
got
you
some
call me
athletes.
boy when you do it next time?
Yeah, I can.
Fix that
a
boy.
little role reversal.
Yeah.
So, but
I
yeah,
can wear
mean,
an outfit if you want.
Kansas State. They got some athletes, but I have no faith in them. And I think Oklahoma State and the fighting Mike Gundys get it done.
The Cowboys. The Pokes. Justin Sofro made Max hide. IPL's down behind us, by the way. I don't know who did that. But God bless them. You did that?
Yeah, I
Look at
just thought it
you.
would work because, like, you all are the only ones that actually do shows for this thing.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, I might as well put an L's down for you guys.
Thank you for throwing us a bone.
Thank you guys for
I
actually
appreciate
supporting
it.
the EL Plus.
I have a Sith next to me now. This hood up. I have a Sith.
I
is gonna
said
quit this
we
show.
weren't cancelable. I think we're getting really close to it. I'm just saying.
we
I
did-
didn't do it. I just said I'd do it.
We
I
did
didn't
get
actually do it.
demonetized by YouTube last
words
week.
have meanings, Sofro.
I didn't say
and you
what
need
outfit.
to do better.
Maybe it's
You need to do the work.
Well, as Streble said, what'd
What'd
you
I
say?
do?
When I was going to work at me and James were gonna work in the field.
because you're a farmer.
But hold on, but then he said Anna's going to be the babysitter, and then
He said, and I quote, "Put her in the kitchen."
That's exactly what he said.
I don't remember it that way.
I bet you don't.
I don't remember that. I don't remember saying any of those things.
You started all this.
I
mean, honestly, between your post game from the UK U of L game, that remark,
that was bad.
and then that remark on Justin Jeffries, you've proved that you basically have the Trump effect. Like
No
you
question.
could literally go out on Cardinal Boulevard, discharge a weapon, and you would go up in your ratings.
I probably would. I don't own a gun, but
You got that Glock in the Mini?
no, I don't. The only thing I
truck.
have, I've got car seats. I have a car seat in the Mini. I do not have a Glock. I don't. Whoa! That didn't go on YouTube, did it? All right, good.
I don't have a camera on.
Okay,
But I think you can also show a.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are.
Everyone
can-
just put two and two together of
Pew.
what
pew pew.
I unzipped.
does someone just want to go ahead and just say a racial slur so he just
No,
so
I'm not
has a
saying anything.
trifecta right
I'm
now?
not doing that. I would never do that.
We've done every effort to try to demonetize this thing.
No, we want no money. We want no reach.
As long as I don't zoom in on his crotch, we're good.
Exactly.
That's it.
Thanks,
we can say
YouTube.
stuff and joke, but don't you zoom in.
Don't you zoom in on that penis?
Dude, you teetotalers.
Can we go to the next game?
Well, Justin's got a. Sofro has to
Justin,
pick.
you haven't picked yet?
No.
I have me.
Sofro. Yeah,
that Justin.
Jeffries picked.
Yeah, you got to just say Sofro for me. It's easier.
Danny
but-
Grace watching the show tonight. One might be convinced Jeffries is a Cards fan and the other Justin cheers for Poops Troops. How about that? Speaking of role reversal.
I do sound like Matt Jones, so yeah.
I got a fire
some would
joke.
say.
I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. It's a fire joke, but I'll leave it alone. I'm trying to be nice today.
To me or to him?
To him, not to you.
The show's already cataclysmic.
Do you smell like him? That's the joke. Okay. That's
Okay.
Oh,
a
does he stink?
That's the word on the street.
Oh, damn.
Stoops smells bad?
Yes.
Is it like he doesn't understand the deodorant exists?
No,
I mean, he does
'Cause there's
sweat
there's-
buttermilk.
He does sweat buttermilk. That has to.
There's some people we need to have that talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the hygiene talk.
I'm a
even
big
like
man.
around
There's
here,
one thing that I will never do,
Yeah.
and that is stink.
I know. I carry
I am
deodorant
a
with me
big-
everywhere.
I am a big, sweaty,
Yep.
icky man.
We all
Hairy.
are.
He's not.
he's not.
I know, Max looks
he
good.
used to be, but even when
Yeah.
he used to be, he was like he was on the line.
Oh, right.
No, he was big.
I've seen the pictures. I don't know.
Did you ever see that picture of him with all the eye black on his face?
I have
Yeah,
seen
but-
that one.
yeah,
but-
That one's
intimidating.
that one's my
Yeah,
favorite.
but he was.
Yeah, I love that.
but
I'm
he
going
was.
to make my background.
We need that behind us.
See, I think there's a difference with him. Like, I feel like the three of us, like, no matter how much weight you lose, you still look kind of big.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
You know what I
always-
mean?
I'm always
Like,
gonna be a
he
big
can
guy.
actually look skinny.
He
Like,
does.
he actually looks in shape.
He does.
That will never happen.
Now, I will never look as good as Max.
Like,
It's not gonna
I
happen.
think it's Max is the most in shapest.
Yeah.
That's not a word.
We don't need to do the rankings. I know
And then-
I'm last.
and then
That's fine.
It's me because I can still peck.
We
You
don't
can
need
still
to do the
peck pop.
rankings.
Look at these guns.
I still got the things.
Yeah, you do. Look at the man.
And then
I'm last. I'm actually last right
he
now.
looked at me and went,
I don't know.
No,
Max,
like,
let me out.
right now, your boy's not taking care of himself at all. All I do is
I'll
work.
just tell you all. I mean, it's
I have
it's
a double
nothing,
chin.
It's nothing crazy. It's just a simple calorie deficit, heavy lifting,
Oh,
decent cardio.
He's talking to you two.
That's what we need to
No,
do.
I've actually lost weight. It's been a long time. Multiple times. Like, lost like 70, 80 to 100 pounds. Each
100?
time. Like,
Wow.
Twice. Maybe not 100. It's probably like 70, 80 pounds. Twice.
That's still
And
good.
the problem is I go back to working all the time and just drinking,
balloon.
eating and drinking bullshit.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It's I know how to do it.
My
I'm just not gonna.
My fitness pal. That is the ultimate way of keeping yourself accountable. Is just calorie deficiency
Once
is the ultimate breaker. No
I
matter-
very much appreciate the advice. Here's what I want. I want to do the James Streble thing, which is a blanket maker. I want to cheat my way to healthy.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
It may long term may actually kill me quicker because I'm
But
putting
you're gonna look
all
damn
kinds of
good
stuff.
doing it.
Exactly. Just Mark Blanket Maker. I've asked you 1,000 times. Get me on this cheating stuff.
The plan.
I'll inject my stuff in there as long as it doesn't ruin my testicles and all that. So I
No,
can
they
have
won't
kids.
be ruined. You'll
I
be
can have
fine.
kids. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you're still
I
pumping
mean,
them
I'm
out.
still pumping them
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
You're damn right I
can't
am.
stop pumping them out.
I can't. We are now. That ship has sailed.
Have you done it yet?
No, I have not done
Are
it
you
yet. But
gonna
there are
do
other
it?
ways to.
Are you gonna do it?
I am going to do
You
it.
were gonna be the one to do it though, not
Yes.
her.
No,
Okay.
I'll take the days off work.
Some peas on the.
Some peas on the go now.
Are you worried at all about like the
pain?
I don't know about the pain, but just like the feeling of how different that is. Like I
Is
know
it different?
No,
Is it
it's not different at all. I already
you
consulted a doctor. Yes.
Would you let him take one out?
No.
Okay,
You
I
don't have
just-
to
okay, I
take
just wanted
anything
to know.
out. Everything's fine.
But
It's-
like, would you? Like if they were like, hey, Streble, for one, we'll give you $100,000.
oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's coming out.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, $100,000. You damn right.
We're talking about the United States medical system. They're not going to give you money.
No,
they will charge you
they'll charge you $100,000
They'll charge you
instead.
$100,000 to take one out.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I didn't say it was coming from a legit source. It was they're taking it
Gotta
out.
go down to Mexico.
Oh yeah, take it, put it in a jar, whatever you want to
Would
do
you?
with it.
Okay,
It's fine.
in that circumstance, would you do both or one?
One.
So you
Because
want-
both I couldn't.
So you just want
perform.
one rolling around in there, back
Yeah.
and forth,
Yeah, absolutely.
just like loose in the sack.
A Lucy.
Well, I mean, it's still connected to one side.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it doesn't just like
Yeah, the wires are still there.
It's not just like a what's it called? You know?
pendulum.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
not a
it might
pendulum.
be. It depends on how big it is, but it might roll. But it depends.
Yeah, I
Size
just-
See, the key to everything
I'm an
is not just
anonymous.
aerobic exercise, it's anaerobic. That's the kicker, because aerobic burns
aerobic
muscle as well.
train.
Anaerobic burns fat.
So I didn't finish my rankings.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. I'll take last. I know.
Man,
I can do the
okay.
whatever dance.
Okay, that one.
Yeah, I'll do the
Okay.
truffle shuffle.
that-
I will do the
yeah.
truffle
The
shuffle.
truffle
I'm third
shuffle is
place in
fair.
healthiness.
There you go.
All right, pick a team.
No, you're like 3.5.
Pick a team.
Okay, I'm going with Streble. We're both big believers.
Literally.
Really, we had to do this. I'm
Sorry.
I'm fat, but you're still like twice my size. So calm down.
Look good.
Anyway,
Georgia.
somehow tan always looks better.
That's true.
Tan makes.
I was born with my tan.
You're damn right.
Anyway, I'm going with the big OAN supporter, Mike Gundy, just like Streble. We both want to vote Trump, so let's go. Let's do it.
I don't know about want
Oklahoma
to.
State's going to win.
All right.
Are you voting Trump?
I don't know yet. I can do third party.
We
can't say this on air. We got
undecided.
emails.
We got emails.
We got
Isn't
emails.
this separate?
Yeah, this is not on air. This is a different kind of thing.
Guys, come on. I'm begging you
Okay,
all right now.
okay.
Let's everything under the sun. Just
Max wants to go home
I honestly-
and feed the damn chicken.
good night, guys.
I'll be honest. I think this part makes it more fun for people, but it's fine. It's
No,
fine.
it's fun making fun of them. One's a word salad idiot that sleeps around. The other one's just another idiot that's orange. They're all dumb. It's all just a system that's just crashing down because it's meant to keep the elites up and the lowers lower.
It's a
And they keep
Republican
combining us
decline.
against us.
Let's go.
All right, Ennis, we get it.
All right.
No, because one of them wants the other side. I say all of them are bad. Don't wear
does.
people's pajamas. Good night.
Don't wear underoos for
we-
They
political
don't care
parties.
about
We
you.
need hotkeys.
Goodness.
I have hotkeys, but you all can't hear them. So
Oh,
when we're on
damn it.
location, when we find a way to put freaking headphones on you all, I'll use it because I have a bunch of stuff like that. We'll use that down the line.
I just want the one that says, "Oh yeah." All right.
Of course you do.
Moving along, UGA at Bama, the big one this week. Cannot wait for this game. Kirby Smart versus Kalen DeBoer, who Kalen DeBoer, look, did a fantastic job at Washington, was in the national championship. WTF are y'all doing right
We
now?
don't know.
I don't know,
We don't
Daddy
know.
Wags. We're doing something. Over under how long they talk about football? 20 minutes. We talked a lot about football, damn it. Anywho, you have the big game, Georgia, Kirby Smart versus Kalen DeBoer. I like Alabama in this game. I love Alabama in this game. I think that they have the better quarterback. They're at home. I think Jalen, Carson Beck's a fraud. I never understood. He's very good. Don't get me wrong. He's a very good quarterback. But the whole Carson Beck Heisman thing, I thought was rubbish. When those odds came out, I think he's a fine quarterback. I think Jalen Milroe has a bigger boom potential than Carson Beck does. I think Alabama wins this one in front of Miss Terry, who will be at the game and also on College Game Day. Max, what say you?
I think for Kirby Smart, this is his opportunity where he thinks, I'm finally out of the shadow of Nick Saban. But here's the thing. He's not only at Tuscaloosa, he's not only at Bryant-Denny Stadium, he's at Saban Field.
Yeah.
He's currently on a field that encompasses the name Saban. Miss Terry's going to be in the suite. Nick Saban's going to be in the suite. And remember, he may be on College Game Day, but that doesn't mean that old Nick Saban during the week, who has an office still at Alabama,
He still does, yes.
is going to just walk up, all of a sudden go to Kalen DeBoer's office, go, all right, coach, got a second? Hey, can't lose Kirby now. Can't do it.
That's really good.
And so you think that steely-eyed focus from that retired guy, he goes, I've eaten tomahawk steaks with Pat McAfee.
He
There's
bet
a
him to
different
me.
edge about me now. I think there is a game plan in place, and I think there is something about the decal on the side of the helmet for coaches. It's happened with Scotty with Kentucky.
Yeah.
It happens with Kentucky with Tennessee. It happens with Georgia to Alabama. I think there is still that mentality that they are having to go, even being the favored, of going in and having that PTSD moment of having to play against Alabama again in a hostile environment, and I think Alabama wins.
Great comment before we get to Jeffries. How many "they're eating the dogs" signs do we see on College Game Day tomorrow?
I will
a lot.
I will lose my mind if because Saban will always throw in one little joke. He will try to make a joke where he goes, that Ohio State game, they may not have any dogs left, but that team's got that dog in them. Ohio State to beat my old team, Michigan State.
That dog in them, Daddy Wags. If Beck is a fraud, then what's that say about your QB? Is he the first string backup fraud? Dennis, listen to me. Dennis, again, I'm not pretending Kentucky's good. You keep all these people keep trying to own me like I'm not pumping up Kentucky here. Carson Beck is not. I mean, he's a good quarterback. Would you draft him number 1 for your NFL franchise? No, you would not. All right, Jeffries.
I'd take Brock Vandergrift first round.
That's a nice sweatshirt you're wearing.
It's like taking Will Levis first round. So with this game, listen, I'm really excited about this one. I'm gonna have to figure out a time when I can nap between the Kentucky game and the Louisville game, and then be up and be able to watch the rest of the Alabama game.
Yeah,
I gotta my sleep schedule is gonna be all messed up because I got volleyball. I got volleyball at 9 in the morning. So let me see. So we played well with Georgia, right?
Yes.
Alabama is way better than we are, correct?
Correct.
Alabama wins next.
Okay. Wow. How about that?
But I do think Carson Beck. I think he doesn't have who was the tight end? Bowers.
Yeah, Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers,
who's
was
killing
an
in the
animal.
NFL. Yeah,
absolute animal. And to lose your like tight ends, especially great tight ends, and you see it in the league. Tight ends are a quarterback's security blanket.
Yep.
When shit's hit the fan, everywhere else, and you know where Travis Kelce is. You know where Brock Bauer. You know where those guys are.
Right.
And to have that guy leave and not fit, and it doesn't seem like they filled it very well. I don't know a whole lot about Bama. I haven't really watched him that much this year, if I'm being completely honest. But I do like Jalen Milroe. I think he's tough. He's got a hell of an arm, and he can run. Offensive line seems to be much better for Alabama this year. So I mean, I don't know what the spread is, but I think I'm taking Alabama.
Alabama's actually favored by half a point right now.
Really?
The line shifted. Georgia's been favored all week. Now Alabama is shifted to Alabama by half a point.
Okay, I'm taking Bama and I'm taking the spread.
All right. Louisville
Can I ask this?
Yeah.
So Justin, do you just show up and just be like,
yes,
what we talk about?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't get paid to do this, so you get what you pay for.
He gets to hang out and drink beers with his buddy. That's great.
No, I think that's great. Like I think that's you kind of that's what Streble used to be on the show with Andy.
It was.
Andy used to come up to me and be like, I know he's just gonna come in here and he's not gonna know what the hell we're talking about, but he's just gonna go and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's what he does.
That's what I do.
That's what Streble does. Now he's got to put work in.
That's exactly.
Exactly.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I am. Like Max is the X's and O's deep dive dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm just here to blow smoke,
Yeah.
say dumb shit.
I love
and make
it.
laugh.
Yeah, and you do. And you fill that role perfectly.
As a longtime listener, and I promise Max will get back to it, I'm not going to take too much time. But as a longtime listener, you can only have like one guy who's like the expert who does that. Because if he does too much, then you just have it's going to go on too long.
Yeah.
So just bullshit a little bit.
Yeah.
Max he does a great job of covering that stuff. He does stuff though too where like I'm listening and I'm like, oh fuck. Like I'm a little turned on because like him and Lieberman, I could listen talk all day.
It's a much different dynamic when me and him are together too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you bring something out of me that I don't like. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
That's maybe my frustration where I'm just like, what are you doing? Don't let him influence you.
You screw around.
I'm
too
influencing
much.
everybody around the studio.
I've known Streble for what, 7-8 years?
Yeah,
like
something
a
like
long
that. Yeah.
time. And like we've always had this like funny, you could kind of whatever. And I've known Andy and all the guys. And then, but when me and Max are in there, like we're dialed.
You're locked in.
Like we're J-stepping. And we're combo blocking. And we're talking that talk, but I don't know what it is. It's fun. I love it though. It's so much fun.
You screw around.
I have an aura about me. All right, Sofro, what do you think about this one?
I'm going to go short, so I'm just going to say it's weird. I'm going to pick Alabama, though I don't fully believe. I believe in Alabama, but I don't know if I believe that they're going to be a championship
contender
team. Yeah, this season. I believe that Georgia was. The Kentucky game has rattled me a little bit.
And it changed perception for them a lot.
And there's a big part where I understand that Mark Stoops kind of does that with them. He's friends with him. Sometimes it goes easy, but I didn't feel like that game was anything. It wasn't going easy on them. It just they were good to go. But also I watched that USF game against Alabama.
Good point.
And
Yeah.
that USF team took them down for a while until the SEC refs kind of took over there at the end. And I said it, but there were some bullshit calls there at the end that I just didn't understand. But then I watched that USF team play Miami close for the first half, and then they got blasted the second half.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to talk myself into Georgia, but I think I'm going to stick with Alabama right now until I see Georgia come back.
Okay, we all four
We're going to
picked
see a lot.
Bama.
I can't wait to see Kalen DeBoers. I mean, if Kalen DeBoers goes and beats Kirby Smart this week, I mean, his
stock.
Just crazy. I don't think he can get any higher.
Don't forget, Geoff says, don't forget Trinity St. X picks. Justin taking X when he lettered in synchronized swimming. Did you letter in that? Is that true?
That's false.
Oh, I'd like to see you in that pool.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll see you doing some.
We can make it work.
Okay, I will see you doing some synchronized moves out
Listen,
there.
I sink to the bottom of that pool
Like
so
a
fast.
stone.
And it's not a black joke, I promise.
I think this group as a whole would be a great synchronized swimming.
I think it'd be great. Yeah,
This would be
Olympic level.
fantastic.
Could you imagine the huffing, the puffing?
We could lift Max up.
Yeah,
Just like
he's the
in the
light
air.
one. We can lift him up on high. I think there's no problem with that. All right, last game. Illinois travels to Penn State. Both, again, top 25 ranked teams. I think Brent Bielema has done a great job
You have two
this
games.
season at Illinois. Danny Grace says I'm taking Jair Alexander first round right after Jeffries' pick. But it's a joke on Will Levis. But anyway, I think he's done a good job. I think he's adopted the Stoops model of running the football and winning with defense. He's been doing pretty good with that. Obviously, they're undefeated. Had a big win at Nebraska, which I thought we all picked Nebraska last week to win that football game. They go up there and beat them, which I thought was pretty amazing. But this case, he's going to Penn State, and I hate to say it because I don't think James Franklin is that dude, but he always is treated like that dude. He has an abysmal record against ranked teams. He has an abysmal record against Ohio State and Michigan. Actually, I don't think he's beat either one of them since he's been in Happy Valley. But in this case, I do believe Penn State at night in Happy Valley. It'll be a whiteout there. I think Brett Bielema and his team's walking into a buzzsaw. What do you think about that, Max?
It's a different energy when you're having to listen to Mo Bamba in Happy
that's
Valley at
crazy.
night.
Yeah.
That is wild.
That's a different
Yeah, that
energy
is.
that,
Yeah.
you know, not a lot of Big Ten schools is able to offer. And I don't know if, you know, this has been a great story and a redemption story for Brett Bielema, but I don't think it continues after Saturday. I think Penn State wins this one pretty big.
Yeah. Jeffries.
Yep. I mean, that's one of my when that happened, the Mo Bamba thing.
Yeah.
Like when I tell you, like you talk about tri-state men's health,
Right.
like that. I was ready to go for a month watching that. It was fantastic, and I think they have that vibe again this week.
Okay.
And like I said, like you all said, I think Illinois, they played well. They've done what they needed to do. I think he's building something there. But that train comes to a halt this weekend in Happy Valley, and I think the fighting James Franklins get it done.
This is before Sofro picks. This is coming from Pat 40. Per sources, Louisville wide receiver Colin Lacey will be a game-time decision versus Notre Dame tomorrow. Lacey hasn't played this season after breaking his collarbone in August. He caught 91 passes for nearly 1,400 yards for South Alabama last year. His presence would be especially valuable after the loss of wide receiver Jaden Thompson for the season last week. So that's coming from 40. We'll see what happens there. All right, Sofro, what do you think? You going for the fighting Brett Bielema's or the fighting James Franklin's?
I think I'm going to be the one that contradicts you guys. I think I'm just
Okay.
going to say, last time I didn't believe in Illinois against Nebraska, and they got it done. I'm thinking they're going to go into the house that Epstein built, and I think they're going to take down Penn State. So I'm going Illinois.
Wow.
Give me the Weber grill cover that Bert wears, and let's go. Yeah, go Illinois. Go Illini.
All right, going to Illini. So there we go. All right, guys.
Wait. I love real quick that you said last game you forgot about one more game, and it's okay. It's because it's Zach.
Oh, I
Cantrell.
did forget
It's
about
fine, no,
that.
Zach, we don't need to hear about your team. We don't need to hear
Yeah.
about Ohio State.
Bleep you, Zach, you see.
Bleep the Buckeyes.
Yeah, bleep the Buckeyes.
I mean, actually, two. Well, you know.
I mean,
there's two people we don't need to.
We're all picking Ohio State, right?
Yeah, Ohio State.
Why'd you pick this one as
Because every
a
week we've
marquee
had
game?
Every week we've had 6, and I had to find a 6th game, and I thought that one.
That's the
You did
best
this
6
during
game you
planning
can find.
period.
the best one I could find.
Really?
Yeah, because Michigan State's better than people thought they were going to be this season. I'm pretty sure they're undefeated.
What, they've been playing the
Pretty
Louisville
sure.
schedule?
See, you all talk about me being ill prepared. He picks the game and doesn't even know.
Danny Gray says fair amount of national media like Illinois in this one. Oh, maybe
Well,
Justin's
there you go.
right.
That's death
Penn
wish
State.
then.
I'd be fine with that if Illinois goes up there and beats them. All right, fun show as always. Everyone have a great night. Tune into all of our post-game coverage tomorrow. The Kentucky Fish and Wildlife post-game show with TJ Walker and Brandon Vincent. That'll be right after the Kentucky Ole Miss game. To catch Mark Ennis right after the Coors Light post-game show, right after the Louisville Notre Dame game. Also, for Louisville fans, coverage begins on 93.9 at noon, where Mark Blankenbaker and Taylor Lynch will have you for the pregame show. Also, Sunday morning hangover the next day. Phil Baker, along with Nick Kern, will cover all of this as well. Fun show, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It's been great.
It was fun as always.
Real quick,
All right.
if y'all don't mind, also make sure you go over to the YouTube channel, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Make sure you tune in as well Sunday night at 9 after dark.
All right, there we go. Everyone have a great weekend. Enjoy college football. Tune in to the Roundtable, ESPN 680 1057 on Monday, 3 to 6. Have a good one, everybody.